Hello, everyone. It's Christine Boosleman here to help a sister out. Episode 2 with my sister. Hi,
Hello.
sis.
Hi.
So, um, I kind of called, we were planning to meet weekly, but I'm
Yeah.
kind of calling an emergency meeting, like we got to meet sooner than later because since our last meeting, which was less than a week ago, maybe, um,
Mhm.
my sis has emailed me her AI chat GPT generated weight loss plan with
Oops.
calorie levels at like 1200, which are very low. And then she
Yeah.
casually on a convo just told me, oh, guess what? My walking goal is 21 miles a day to meet my weight goals. I'm like, what did you enter as your weight goal? I thought we said slow and steady. Oh, and she also emailed me a body sculpting thing she found online.
Doing
In all-
research, doing research.
yes, yes. She can't help herself, right? But in all honesty, I'm still honestly so proud of you because
Thank
you have
you.
literally stuck through this and
Try.
logged most days. I noticed maybe today and yesterday weren't logged, so I want to go back
Mhm.
and check that with you. But
Okay.
there is some exciting news I think that you have to share. One
Yes.
is about your period. Hello.
Yes. I
When
came
was the last
back.
tell us what happened?
So I haven't had a period for a while. It like one every 6 months, maybe not. Like it's just very weird. And I did a 15-hour fast and I got my period. I don't know if it's coincidence, not coincidence, but I almost am wondering if it's kind of gave my body a chance to detox. Plus, I was eating healthier those couple of days. So maybe there's a chance to
Exciting.
reset my body, make it healthy. I don't know. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. I'm
No, that's
52, so I
super
don't know.
exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it happened really quick to be like, hey, wow, one day
Yeah.
of fasting, but
Yeah.
I definitely think overall, with reducing inflammation because you are eating healthier foods,
Yeah.
having that cutoff time before bed so your body really gets that chance to have the rest and digest state that it needs,
Mhm.
to just do what it needs to do versus
Yeah.
digesting food while you're sleeping.
Right.
Um, and allowing your body, yeah, to just do what it needs to do. So I think that's awesome.
Yes. So we started this on, let me see what day I have. I have Wednesday last week, right? So I had lost a lot of weight and then I gained a couple pounds back. So where I'm
Oh,
at right now is since last Wednesday, I've lost 3 pounds. We
okay.
had,
Three
it
pounds
was
in a
up to
week.
5 and then I messed up the last couple of days. So it's down to 3.
So
But
listen to
three
this.
pounds.
I've said it and I've written it in your notes. Only weigh
Hmm.
yourself weekly because you're going to have
Right.
those daily fluctuations. And look, if you didn't see that 5, you would have been so happy with this 3 pounds in one week. I mean, that's amazing, So
That's true.
try your best. I know you really like move that scale from your bathroom
Yeah.
and have it in a corner or under your bed and only bring it out once a week,
Yeah.
max twice a week. But I
Yeah.
really would love you to just not stress yourself out daily because that can
Yeah.
just set your mood happy or not happy for the day,
Right.
which I think is just not what we need to
Yeah.
be doing.
Exactly.
Um, weekly. I mean, I try not to weigh myself like monthly or quarterly because even with
Yeah.
my working out schedule, I've noticed my weight hasn't necessarily changed, and I finally
Mhm.
have been consistent with a with a strength training exercise program. I
Yeah.
feel so much better, but literally the scale has moved 2 pounds in like a year. But
Yeah.
I feel so much stronger and so much better. And I think if I were to weigh myself weekly, I'd feel like my efforts were just like wasted.
So
So
like, okay, so one question I have is what calorie count should I kind of ballpark for now? And what should I reduce it by, I guess, each week or however? And in addition to that calorie count, what exercises can I do that might burn calories? So like if, for example, I need to still eat like let's say 2000 calories a day, just to be healthy and not drop calories too fast. Can I do an exercise that drops 500 of those 2000 calories a day?
first,
So
I want to know for your AI chat GPT 21 miles a day. I was like, huh?
Okay, so I
Okay,
input into
what did
ChatGPT.
you put in as your goal?
Okay, so I gave it my little bio. I said I'm 5'4", I weigh 126, I think it was at the time.
126?
No, 226.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm 5'4", I weigh 226. I want to be 126. So that's 100 pounds. I want that by October. So I gave it a date. And I said, how many, in addition to like a 2000 calorie diet, how many miles a day would I need to walk?
And what did you think of with 21 miles a day? That's almost a marathon a day. Like, I
It
don't
is.
know.
But I was going to break it up into 3 times a day. So 6 miles in the morning,
Oh,
6
I know.
miles
I
in
love
the
you. I love
afternoon.
you. I love you. First,
And a long time ago, I had, which I don't have anymore because I burned it, probably because I weighed too much and I shouldn't have stayed on it for 6 hours a day. But I had a walking treadmill, not a real, not a real treadmill, but a
oh, the
walking.
walking pad.
And I had it so that I could have a stand-up desk and a laptop because I work on the computer all day long. So I said, I'll just walk all day. I'll just walk all day. And little did I know that I burned the motor to the ground. So I had to. I don't
I
think
mean,
it
I
take
love
the
the effort. I love the energy.
heat. So
But
that's
let's,
what I'm thinking. Things like that. Like,
okay.
could I be on a standing walking pad going leisurely for 8 hours as I'm working and then do a faster version in the evening and a faster version maybe in the morning before I start working? Not like going cuckoo.
Listen. You sound like you're still trying to get to 150 by
Yeah.
October and 21 miles a day. No.
Yes.
Listen, remember, slow and steady. Okay.
Mhm.
When's the last time, or were you ever in your life 126? Because I wasn't, maybe in
When I
college
was
or maybe in high school.
23 or 22, 30 years ago.
Yeah. So, not
32.
saying that you could never get there, but that might not even be your healthy weight where your body
Yeah,
would be thriving and functioning at its
yeah,
best.
yeah. I
We
mean,
don't know.
I look really good at 150. I have to say, I don't look fat at 150. I look good.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's been a while since I've been 150.
Yeah.
So
So, yeah, I think let's not even go to like that end goal. I mean, yes, it's good to have that vision and
yeah,
an end goal, of course, but
yeah.
I think we've only done this a week, and this is
Mhm.
like habits take a while to form, and you're going to have roadblocks, and you're going to have, and plus you don't want to be to the point of your making your exercise or your physical activity just so dreadful that you're like never have a break, like on it
Yeah.
all day long, faster in them, like your body needs to rest too.
Yeah.
So I think um let's go back to our original goals that we set, and let's talk about that. So do you remember
Okay.
what those goals were?
1 pound a week,
Well,
right?
besides the weight goal, like the actual, like, what you're
Try
gonna
to
do daily.
fast. Yeah, try to fast at least 12 hours, which would be the normal one, but maybe make it up to 15 hours. So I think that that's probably the single thing that made me drop weight
Mm-hmm.
more than like eliminating foods that I want to eat. You know what I mean? So I think just the having that big amount of time not eating gave my
Yeah,
body a chance to do its own thing.
right.
So that's what I'm going to aim for, like to make it 15 hours, 16 hours. And then at some point, once a month, maybe do the 36-hour fast
Mm-hmm.
just to super reset.
Yeah.
Because you said that's
So
good for other things, not just weight loss, right? Like
I know,
cancer, a detox,
yeah,
inflammation.
I know we talked about, I recently read the Fast Like a Girl. So I'm actually just testing it out on myself right now. It's basically fasting based on your cycle and what stage in your cycle that you're in. And I'm so excited you started your period so we
Yeah,
can
I
kind
know.
of
Too.
get you on that track just to see.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, there's certain weeks, and I think I put it in your Google Doc notes, certain
Yeah.
weeks where you do 13 hours, certain days that you do 15 hours, couple days where you do 17 hours. And then there's actually a whole week where you don't fast. So
Yeah.
it's not so strict. You just kind of eat. I mean, of course, don't eat till like you go to bed because you
Right.
still need the rest and digest, but like not so much of a more of a nourishing time. And that's usually, I think, the week before your period starts.
Yeah.
So it's all about honoring your body and the different stages that you're at. So in your notes, I put a lot of comments just so you can kind of see where you're at, what day of your cycle you're in. Um,
Hmm.
and then we can talk about what hours to have as a goal. And yeah, even for myself, I'm testing it out right now. So like when I did the 17-hour fast, I did try to stop eating a little bit earlier. It didn't work out so well for me one day because I was out late and I took one last bite of food or ate, I think, I don't know, it was like 11 p.m. or midnight. So I
Yeah.
wasn't eating till like super late. So that day I just kind of said, you know what, I'm not going to kill myself. And I had my workout. So I just
Yeah.
ate when I was hungry after my workout, like I normally do. And I got back on it the next day. So
Yeah.
there's no like failure really with fasting. I mean, any day you do
Right.
it It's
Right.
good for your body. And like you said, without so much nitpicking about what you're eating in your feeding time,
Yeah.
you still get the benefits of the fasting, you know? And I
Yeah.
know that you're not like going crazy on like junk food during your
Yeah.
fasting. I saw your let me see if I
Yeah.
can get your Google. Oops.
And just as an aside, so I think, and I know you don't care about this, but I care about it. So I know that I would have probably lost, or at least stayed at a 4 pound weight loss, if not the 5 this morning. But my husband wanted to eat pizza last night at 9 o'clock. And he said
That
he wanted
happens.
to have pizza with me. So while I was making the pizza for him, I was okay to like sleep early at 9. But we watched a movie, so we didn't sleep till 11. So that made the pizza, ate the pizza. Then I had a little bit of homemade ice cream, which was actually strawberries, yogurt, plain yogurt,
Hmm.
and melted chocolate on top. I had frozen the strawberries with the yogurt for an hour
Oh,
and
nice.
put melted dark chocolate on it for an hour. And so it was like this frozen thing. So it was
Ooh,
actually real yogurt, real strawberries, just the
yum.
chocolate.
Yeah.
It wasn't 100% bad for you.
Oh, and dark chocolate's
But
actually good.
yeah, but I could easily say that I consumed 600 or 700 calories, if not more, that I didn't really need
Yeah.
had I just slept at 9 and not watched a movie and made a pizza. You
Right.
know what
But again,
I
life
mean?
happens and that's a fun bonding moment with your hubby.
Yeah,
So don't that the whole thing is like we're not shaming and we're not like, oh my God, I could have, I would have, I should have.
yeah,
Just today's a new day
yeah,
and you're doing amazing. I mean, you're doing like you have a goal and you're setting your mind to it. But
yeah.
like even I had that day where I just didn't fast because I think my last bite was like 11 or midnight of like
Hmm.
something at night. And I'm like, oh, why did I do that? But I was like, you know what? We're out with friends and it's fun and I,
Yeah.
whatever, you know?
But I
So,
think also we need to do the, I mean, I think this is a good idea. Okay, so, another option could have been, instead of sitting on the sofa for 2 hours watching the movie, I have a stationary bike that you might see behind me that nobody uses. It
oh,
has a
yeah.
blanket on top of it. See?
Uh-huh.
It's just a holder for me.
Cold, it's cold.
But an option could have been, since I messed up on the food part, I could have been cycling while I'm watching the TV, right? So
Yeah.
these are the things where I want to like change the habit
Yes.
of things, like
So,
that you could be doing something
yeah. No,
productive while
that's
you're, yeah.
perfect. So, like, for instance, yes, lately I've got this into a habit. I have to take my son to your nephew, my
Yeah.
son to baseball.
Yeah.
And it's a 2 hour practice at a park.
Mm-hmm.
Parents just sit there for 2 hours. I did that plenty of years and plenty of times because I was just exhausted from my day.
Yeah.
But I'm just not allowing myself to do that unless I'm really tired or I want to just sit and catch up for a little bit. So
Yeah.
I just made myself walk for like an hour and a half. And I was like, you know
That's
what? I
good.
wasn't in the mood to do it, but and I was
Yeah.
alone. I didn't have a partner. And I was like, oh, should I do this?
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Why not? So
Exactly.
like you're saying, any extra movement is
Yeah.
helpful, So
I mean,
like
you
I
could be doing
know,
squats when you're doing dishes. I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but I feel like, because when we are exhausted and we think about spending an hour at the gym or an hour doing that, we don't want to do it, right?
right,
So, like, my whole thing is, how can I incorporate into the stuff I have to do anyway? Like, I
right.
have to be in front of my laptop 8 hours.
Yeah.
So, can I do it standing up? Can I do it on a bicycle?
I'll
Can
have
I,
the standing desk or
you
you
know,
got rid of it.
I have the standing desk. I need to buy another treadmill pad.
So
That's
maybe
because
get another walking pad.
yeah,
That wouldn't be hurt. And you don't have to do your
yeah,
21 miles.
I
But
know. Yeah,
even if you do like a couple thousand miles on
yeah.
inside, because you
But
also
yeah,
want to get
yeah.
the outside sunlight and you want to
Yes.
be outside. So I know we did talk about, I don't know if one of your goals, because you want it to be extra. I said just that you
Yes.
were like, let me set my thing for every 4 hours to go downstairs and do a walk around the block. If you
Yes.
haven't done that, I think that could be our physical activity, very baby step.
Yeah. Yeah.
And baby step would even
Yeah.
be once a day. Like we don't have to say 3 times,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because why don't we start with like for this week, once a day at the midday
Go
mark,
downstairs.
middle, like after lunch, maybe, I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever you think, whatever. After lunch,
Yeah.
you do a 15-minute walk around the block.
Yeah. I think I could do that. And it'd be nice to get the sunshine and break it up a little bit.
And especially if you do that while there is full sunlight towards the
Yeah.
first part of the day, 10, 11, 12. It could be before or after you eat, maybe after
Yeah.
you eat better for your blood sugar control.
Hmm.
That is
Okay.
just great because that sunlight, I think I mentioned it before, activates melatonin production for you at
Mhm.
night, helps to regulate your sleep. Oh, has anything changed with your sleep? Like a
I think I sleep better because of the fasting for the nights that I fasted,
okay.
or I cut off the food early, like 6 or 4 or 3. I think I slept much better. So that was a good thing because usually I have insomnia and I can't sleep. And
So what
another,
have been your like successes with your meals? Uh,
yeah.
like in your eating time, like what have you been doing more of something, less of something? What about drinks? More
Mhm.
of something, less of something?
I mean, at least I try to start the day with water with lemon before I do anything else. And
Mhm.
then the second thing, have it be coffee with milk, maybe with a little bit of sugar, and try to hold off as much as I can after the coffee before I eat. So usually I can, if I wake up at 7:30, I don't actually eat till 9:30, 10, or 11. I try to push it as far out as I can. I have to be better with like always making a salad with a protein versus having bread or rice or potato. So I need to do that more. So I think that's what I want to try to do more this week, like have it more be salad and protein, or steamed vegetables and protein versus bread or rice and protein. And maybe the bread or rice a tiny, 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 tiny piece, and have the other one be the complex carbs like beans or something that you'll feel like you had a carb, but it's actually something good for you.
So you have the fasting down. I know it's easy to kind
Yeah.
of push yourself for how many hours, but what's
Yeah.
important, I think, this week to focus on is what you are breaking the fast with,
Yeah.
because um, breaking the fast with some protein or some high fat, something that's super easy is like what
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing, and I heard it or read it from the book
Mm-hmm.
by Mindy Peltz, is half an avocado.
Mm-hmm.
They said, when your body's in a fasted state, the perfect time for like your first meal to be like the most nourishing and just, you
Yeah.
know, probiotic rich, or,
Yeah.
healthy fat rich or whatever. So basically what one thing that she said that's easy, which I've done actually the last couple days,
Mm-hmm.
half an avocado
Mm-hmm.
with sauerkraut, which I bought at the store. I
Oh,
never buy sauerkraut. I never eat
okay.
that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like a natural probiotic.
Uh-huh.
You get the
Uh-huh.
raw,
Yeah.
there's good brands out there. Um, and she drizzles it with like a flaxseed oil or some type of
Oh,
healthy like seed oil
okay.
or avocado oil, whatever you have.
Yeah.
Basically, what I've
Not
been doing,
grapeseed oil, but not grapeseed oil,
no.
right? Okay. So maybe I'll get some flaxseed oil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I've been eating that in the morning,
Mhm.
like right when I break my fast, because I'm like, okay, and taking my probiotic at that time.
Uh-huh.
Even says like a fiber powder even would be good, because that you're like
Oh,
activating the good bugs, feeding the good
yeah.
bugs, balancing your blood sugar.
Hmm.
Um, and you can then shortly after have your like big protein meal or something.
So what would be the fiber powder that you use, or what would you put?
Um,
Would you sprinkle
she
it on top of the
recommends
avocado, or
inulin, or there's sun fiber, or you could even just, if you have psyllium husk at home or acacia
okay, just like
fiber.
a sprinkle on top kind of thing?
Yeah, like I would start slow,
What about nutritional yeast? Does that count, or is something different?
that's different.
Okay.
But if you want, I can order you a sun fiber, which is really good because
Okay.
it doesn't bloat you, and it's good
Okay.
for loose stools and constipation. It kind of adapts to what your body's, dealing with.
Yeah. Is
Um,
the sliced ginger in the jar that's pickled
mhm.
similar to sauerkraut in its effect,
I
do you
mean,
think?
it's pickled, so it's
Yeah.
fermented a little bit, yes. And I know
Yeah.
pickles is actually on the list too,
Right.
you know?
Because I noticed that the last 2 days without, yeah, I just added a little bit of the pickled ginger to like a salmon that I was having, or a
Mhm.
salad, that I was having with the salmon. And like literally right after the meal, I had to run to the bathroom. So I think it had like that effect. Like,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if it cleansed something. I don't
Yeah. Yeah,
know.
pickles
But
can
yeah.
work. That could probably work. And then even like, I don't know, kimchi. I know kimchi and sauerkraut are things I don't typically buy,
Yeah.
but they are very potent.
And they're
But
very good for you, right? They're
yeah,
very good.
or kefir or even yogurt. Like I'll send you the list of some of
Okay.
the like probiotic
Like the
rich stuff.
morning things that are good to have in the morning with
Yeah.
avocado.
And then I'll send you also if I haven't sent it to you, it's just a chart about protein, because
Okay.
the goal I would say for now is to try to get like 20 grams to 30 grams of protein
Mhm. A
per
day?
meal, per
Oh,
meal.
okay.
So and especially breakfast,
Okay. And so like
because
I think
because you
yeah,
are breaking your fast when you add that sugar and that milk, you are breaking your fast
it's not with the
technically.
right things,
No,
really.
it's fine, but you're breaking your fast, so you need to have that meal like right then and there. Don't push it another 2 hours, because then your
Oh,
blood
okay.
sugar is going to drop and go up and down, and. Like you want that protein and that healthy fat to stabilize you,
Okay.
give you energy, and help you last till lunchtime.
So I think what would be really good is if you can, like, whenever you have chance, and I already know the avocado thing, so I'll try that. But a list of simple things to do for breaking the fast in the morning, and maybe on the other end of it, if I'm gonna like stop eating at 4 or 5 or 6, or I'm gonna aim for 4, basically. But what would be like the good last thing to eat? Maybe it's something that keeps your blood sugar regulated. Like if I'm not going to sleep till 9, 10, or 11, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to really feel hungry at 9, 10, or 11 if I'm still awake, is there something that it can have at that 4 o'clock meal, or something that kind of like
Yeah. In
maybe steadies
general,
your blood sugar?
making sure like you already know, like not having just a straight carb meal. Like again, having that protein, fat,
Mm-hmm.
well, protein and fat in your dinner,
Yeah.
and something that has like fiber. And then if you're like desperate and you're starving, and either in the morning you still have a few more hours to go, or at the night you have a few more hours to go before bed, there
Mhm.
is something like they call them fat bombs, or you can
Uh-huh.
have a tablespoon or two of nut butter that's clean.
Okay.
That won't break your fast because it's straight fat.
Oh,
Or
okay.
a tablespoon of an oil. I know it's not that exciting, but a
Yeah.
tablespoon of a seed oil or something, a healthy oil that
Like
can help.
flaxseed oil.
Yeah.
Flaxseed oil. Okay.
So there are a few things that I'll give you the list of if you're just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I need something. I'm not
Yeah.
going to make it. And then, of course, sleeping earlier, not at 5 p.m., but
Yeah.
not at 11.
Yeah. It's
But
true.
yeah, so I think let's go back to the basics. We're going to
Yeah.
make sure that you're breaking your fast with the right way.
Huh.
um Trying to maybe have your hours of your fast go along with your cycle, since you have one now, and hopefully we'll have you regular for your next cycle.
Yeah.
So look at your notes in your Google Doc to see, like, depending
Okay.
on what day you're at, what your hours of cycling should be.
Okay.
Follow that. I know
Okay.
you don't like to follow like exacts, but
Yeah.
follow it. More is not always better.
Okay.
So and varying your hours of fast is good for your body so that you don't
Okay.
plateau.
Yeah, it
In the
doesn't go.
book, it talks about how men can fast the same number of hours
Uh-huh.
forever and continue to lose weight. Us women, we're very
Yeah.
unique, and our hormones really make a difference in our body.
Yeah.
That varying hour fasts is what's key to not plateauing and to keep
Okay.
having that happen.
Okay.
And should we set the goal of the 15-minute walk around the block?
Yes, I'll do that today at like 12.
Is
So
that
yeah.
is 12
Yeah.
around the time that's always good for you?
Yeah, I think I'll do it at 12. Maybe I'll like that'll be the time when I go check the mail or whatever,
Yeah. Hmm.
just make a reason to go around the block.
And then do you have a way to track your steps for the day? Is it on
What's
your
a good
watch?
app
Is it on
actually?
your
What's a good,
phone?
is there a good app to put on the phone? I have an Apple Watch. I don't know if there's something on that.
Apple Watch is the best.
Okay.
Because on the
I'll figure out.
activity, I think it
Oh,
naturally,
okay.
that first
Yeah.
icon, the activity icon,
Yeah.
it tracks your steps without you
Oh,
pressing anything.
okay. I'll
So
do
I
that.
always try to wear mine the second I wake up, just so I
Yeah.
know, like, on a regular day, like without extra work, how many steps am I getting? And then
Okay.
with that extra like walk, what I'm
Go
getting,
at the
you know?
park.
So what
Okay.
I'd be curious to see is maybe tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
or even
Yeah.
today. I mean,
Track
tomorrow morning,
tracking.
try to wear it as soon as you wake up. Wear it
Okay.
the whole day till right before you sleep, and
Yeah.
see what your steps are.
Okay.
And then
That'll be fun actually, because then
yeah,
it's like a competition against yourself to see if you can get
yeah.
more.
And then later we can share, because I have Keiko, our
Good.
other sister,
Uh-huh.
here, where I can
You doing
see,
it?
oh, Keiko met her goal, or like, it,
Good.
you can have, a partner in this.
I like it. I
All right,
like it.
sis, I think that's good for now.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Take a deep,
Still aiming for that, I'm
no
not still
AI and no chat GPT for this subject. Anything else in
okay.
the world, go
Until
for
the
it.
weekend. I will not get any more tips on ChatGPT.
No tips. Stick with these. But this is
Okay.
already two big ones: breaking your fast the right way
Yeah.
and doing that 15-minute walk once a day
Okay.
and
That's
tracking
easy.
your steps.
That's
Okay.
easy. I can do
And
that.
that's not easy. It's a step towards the next step. So
Yeah.
let's stick there,
And I'll track it. I'll keep adding my
step
information
tracking,
to Google Doc.
15-minute walk, breaking your fast the right way, and I'll send you all that info.
Okay.
And
I
keep
like
up with
it.
the Google Doc.
I'm gonna keep updating it. I'll
All
add
right.
all the stuff.
Okay.
Even my messed up days, I'll add them in there.
Everything, even that pizza, even when like I'm
Yeah.
honestly all about there's no shame.
Yeah.
This is a lifelong journey. Like, we're not
That's
going
true.
to eat like robots our whole life.
Exactly.
That's not fun.
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
but if like 80% of the time we're on the right track, then we can
Right.
have that 20% be just normal life, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I
Love
love it.
you.
Love you.
Do we
Talk
need
to
to
you
set an
soon.
emergency midweek meeting, or do you think, can you
Um,
go a whole week?
I think every 3 or 4 days might
Yeah,
be
I think
good.
so too. So today is what? Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday. Yeah.
Maybe Friday.
Friday. We'll see how we did.
All
Yep.
right.
All right.
Only what we talked about.
Only.
No
Oh,
more Googling and
okay.
AIing anything else about this. All right.
Okay. For three
Love
days,
you.
I promise. Love you too.
Okay.
Talk
Talk
to
to
you
you
later.
Friday, hopefully. If not sooner. Bye.
Okay. Bye.